All right, so I can only record 15 minutes at a time with this recorder. So which number was bigger? We figured out that negative 2/8 is equal to negative 1/4, right? Negative 3/8 is actually less than negative 2/8 on the number line, right? So negative 3 lies farther to the left, so negative 2/8 is closer to 0. So negative 2/8 is actually bigger than negative 3/8 when you when you consider where it is on the number line, right? Remember, I'm not talking about absolute value, all right? Absolute value here, 3/8 would be bigger than 2/8, right? But I'm talking about where it is on the number line. Negative 3 is actually less than negative 2, so negative 2/8 is bigger. All right, moving on to Jonah and the race. So here I have Jonah and Gail and Jared, and they're all in a race. Jonah ran it in 32.68 seconds. So let's make a little diagram. All right, so here's Jonah, and everybody started at time 0, right? So we'll say Jonah is in the purple here. Jonah's purple. And he's going, and he runs, and he finishes the race in 32.68 seconds. This is Jonah's time. Right? And then it says Jared finished 1.92 seconds before Jonah. So Jared will make blue, and he finished 1.92 seconds before Jonah. So here's where Jonah finished. Jared was back here, 1.92 seconds. It's a little bit exaggerated. So I'm going to say minus 1.92. Because I'm going back from 32.68. And then it says that Gail finished 3.01 seconds after Jared. So 3.01 seconds after Jared, Gail's going to be her red. So Jared finished right here. So Gail was 3.01 seconds after that. Plus 3.01. All right, so you can see that Jared he finished before Jonah. Jonah finished after Jared. And then Gail, you can see just by the chart here that she finished after Jonah, right? And after Jared. So, how many seconds did it take Gail to finish the race? Well, we can see we have a positive number, we have a positive number, and we have a negative number, right? So I can just add up all my positives and do one final subtraction, or I can take 32.68, subtract 1.92, and then add 3 to it. Totally up to you what you want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and add 32.68 and 3, my two positive numbers, 35.68, and then Jared's number was minus 1.92, so I'm going to subtract that. And my final answer is going to be positive because this bigger number is positive. So 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus 9, I have to borrow. 16 minus 9 is 7. And I have 3. So 33. 7, 6 would be when she finished. I know that's not Gail's color. All right. Here's 7.7. Do something wrong somewhere? Oh, 3.01. I didn't have a 1. So it's actually 3.77. My mistake. So this would have been 7 here, and it would have been 3.77. Actually, this would have been 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. All right, additional information on this lesson: choose appropriate level of accuracy for a given problem. you're using a ruler, how accurate you can be is based on the accuracy of the ruler. Lots of rulers go to 1/16 of an inch. So if you can get your answer in 1/16, it's going to be more accurate than if you have 1/8 or 4ths or halves, right? If you're doing a problem to find total cost based on the price of gas, which is 3.959 per gallon, 19 gallons of gas at 3.959 is equal to 68.381, right? Which would end up rounding to 68.38. If you use this 3-digit number in your calculations, 3 digits after the decimal, you're going to get a more accurate result to your final answer, right? So if you're always using your most significant digits, then you're going to get a more accurate answer. So to find the unit price of an item you're buying to determine the better buy, you can get 17 items for $47.83. Right, 47.83 divided by 17 gives you this long decimal. Of course, you're only going to round that to 2.8. All right, let's look at the lettered problems for this lesson. There's the lettered problems. All right, so problem A. Remember, I need to make an addition problem, then combine all my positive numbers and subtract, do one final subtraction. Combine all my negative numbers and do one final subtraction. So this is plus negative 5/9, right? So I have 4 plus 2, those are my two positive numbers, and then I have a negative 5/9, right? So that's going to end up being 6/9 minus 5/9, or plus negative 5/9, right? So I have this one final subtraction, 6 minus 5, 6 is the bigger number, so my answer is going to be positive 1/9. Here I have 16.21, 12.72, those are both positive numbers. Here's my negative number. I'm actually adding negative 21.54, right? So I'm going to combine 16.21 and 12.72. Those are my two positive numbers. I get 28.93. And then I have negative 21.54. 28.93 is the bigger number, and it's positive, so my answer is going to be positive. So it's going to be 28.93 minus 21.54. 13 minus 4 is 9. 8 minus 5 is 3, and I have 7. That's a positive 7.3. Order the numbers from least to greatest. When we're ordering from least to greatest, we didn't do this during the lesson, but what you should do is make all of the numbers fractions or make all of the numbers decimals. Then you can compare them, see where they're at on the number line, right? So in this case, let's make them all decimals. 3/4, 3 divided by 4 ends up being 0.75, right? 5/8, what's 5 divided by 8? Well, 8 goes into 5 0 times, so I have to have a decimal. 8 goes into 50 6 times, so that's 48. It goes into 20 twice for 16. You get 4 and 0. That would be 5 times 8 is 40. So 0.625 is this number. Now looking at those numbers, starting from least to greatest, I have a -1, that would be the smallest number, right? And then I'm going to 0, and then I'm going from 0, what's the next number I'm looking at? Well, there's a 6 in the tens place, there's a 7 in the tens place, and an 8 in the tens place. So I'm looking there first, right? So it would go 6, then 7, then 8. So this is going to be -1, 0.625, 0.75, and then 0.85. All right. So from least to greatest. And if you wanted to rewrite those with the actual fractions, you could do that too. But if you want to leave them as decimals, totally fine with that. All right, problem D. 3.2 plus negative 2.8 minus 5.2. Remember, this is adding a negative 5.2, right? So I have a negative number, two negative numbers, 2.8 and 5.2. I'm going to combine them. 5.2, 2.8. It's 10. 8. Right, so that's a negative 8.0 because I combined two negative numbers, right? So now I have negative 8 and I have positive 3.2. My answer is going to be negative because 8 is bigger than 3.2. And 8 minus 3.2 is what? 10 minus 2 is 8. And 7 minus 3 is 4. It's going to be negative 4.8. Here I have all 12ths, which is good. I have a positive 7 12ths. I have a negative 5 12ths because I'm adding a negative 5 12ths. And I have a negative 11 12ths. Now I have two negative numbers. I'm going to combine them, and I'll do one final subtraction. So 5 and 11, 5 plus 11 is 16. So that's going to be negative 16 12ths. And then I have a positive 7 12ths. All right, I'm going to combine those two numbers. And what do I get? Well, negative 16 at 7. 16 is a bigger number, so my answer is going to be negative. 16 minus 7 is 9. And here I have 9 12ths, which I know I can reduce. They're both divisible by 3. That's going to be 3 fourths. Negative. All right, Jonah ran a race in 32.68. Oh, we did that one already. Okay. Questions there? Okay. That is it for lesson 10. Good luck.